Hi, I'm Sally Stewart. I'm a physics teacher at Ferny Grove. Physics is about how our world works. So we explore the rules, the laws and the theories that help us to understand and explain reality. In Unit 1 we start with energy. And that's because to understand how stuff works, we need to have a handle on the different types of energy that can be involved in how stuff works. Unit 1 includes thermal energy and heating processes, electrical energy and nuclear energy and ionising radiation.
Hi, I'm Gino Ferret. In Unit 2 we look at linear motion and waves. We study the motion of objects and explain why they move in terms of force and energy. We then turn our attention to waves, in particular looking at light waves and sound waves.
Hi, I'm Nick Delarue. Unit 3 in physics is all about gravity and electromagnetism. We re-examine motion, looking at projectile motion, which everyone loves, and orbital motion, including satellites. After that, things get really interesting. We get into electromagnetism, where we look at the interaction between the magnetic field and the electric field. After this, we then move on to everyone's most anticipated parts of physics: quantum, time travel, and the Big Bang.
Hi, I'm Matt Heidecker. I also teach physics. And finally, in Unit 4, we come to the revolutions in modern physics, where we look at physics of the past 100 years. This includes Einstein, time travel, elephants with wavelength, and the ever-elusive quark. In the unit, we also look at general and special relativity, quantum theory, and the Standard Model. But most importantly, you'll find out what's happening with that cat in the box.
Why choose physics?
I was interested in trying to figure out how things worked in terms of motion. I was very interested in the motion behind certain objects and the forces acting upon them, and how changing them would affect that object's motion.
Well, why not choose physics? It's the best science. I needed the subject as a prerequisite for uni, and I'm really into science.
It gives a deeper understanding into everyday occurrences, like anything really from cars to throwing cats off buildings.
It helps me see the world around me in a different way and helps me just understand things I never even knew were possible.
I didn't originally pick physics. I originally chose Kevin Bio, but I had a career change and physics was a prerequisite. So I had to pick that and I'm glad I did.
Physics teachers at this school are some of the best teachers that you will ever meet. And the classroom environment is just so positive because everyone wants each other to succeed. And yes, we are competitive to a degree, but that just fuels you and motivates you to want to do better. And it's such like a positive and supportive environment, and the teachers want you to achieve just as much as you want to achieve. So it's just a really positive environment to be in, and I love it.
It combines math, which I really like, and applies it to the real world, and I'm able to do a lot of cool and interesting things with the science and the math that I learned in physics together.
Without physics, I don't know what I was doing. I was just going through life. Without physics, I had too many questions to worry about life.
As a challenge, because I'm not very good at math, so I thought it'd be fun to challenge myself.
I wanted to understand how things work. I think the great thing about physics is that it's less about the mind-numbing, brain-bending maths. It's more about expressing the relationships between different things in our world.
I felt that the subject was very logical in terms of like thinking. I also really enjoyed science in the junior school. I loved doing all the experiments, all the motion crafts. It was a lot of fun. I also had a very big passion for space and therefore astrophysics, astronomy, and also all the cool and smart kids chose it.
Why is physics great?
It's basically everything. Like everything you look at, there's physics involved. It basically gives you an understanding of everything.
So me and some of my friends, we learned in physics about projectile motion and stuff. So we decided to build an air cannon and calculate the trajectory of it and be able to model it on the computer and predict the movement of the particle as we shoot it out of the air cannon.
When I go to physics, I don't get bored from my spelling.
The teachers are really cool. And the environment, everybody wants to learn, so it's cool.
It's a lot of fun, very interesting. The concepts are pretty cool and they often relate to life and how to explain it.
I like how engaging the classroom is and how it relates to many of my other subjects as well.
Physics, because I want to understand how the world works.
I enjoy the subject because there's heaps more cracks than any other sciences and the teachers are really cool.
I think because it applies many mathematical stuff we learn in maths to our actual real world context.
The thing I like most is the practice we do, and definitely the physics teacher is amazing, and she makes it always a lot of fun to learn really hard concepts.
All the teachers are very passionate and give up an incredible amount of time, and they really do care for your mark, and it doesn't really matter who you get, they're all legends really. It's a great way to meet really like-minded people. Physics leads to many pathways, and it kind of intertwines with the other sciences and STEM fields.
Yeah, it's a very interesting subject, and it relates a lot with maths and chemistry as well. And it's one of my least taxing subjects, surprisingly. So I do find that very beneficial.
It's just this. I don't know how to describe it. It's just the stuff we learn about. It's really interesting because it's not just learning about random stuff that doesn't really make sense or like apply to anything. Everything you learn, you'll eventually see it in real life somewhere, and like, oh, I learned that in physics. I know how that works. Just stuff like that. Just gives you a better outlook on life, just how the universe works.
What's some advice for future students?
Probably the effort level, the amount of effort you have to put in. I probably still don't put in the amount of effort I should, but putting in more effort would help a lot.
Oh, I would have known like how much you can actually learn in it. There's just, one thing after another. There's so much to learn. You feel like you've never learned it all.
I wish I'd known that with all the great stuff that comes with physics, there is a lot more work than in previous years. So you just got to be ready to expect that. But other than that, it's great.
It's challenging for sure, but if you deviate your time, it's very fun and enjoyable.
Teachers want you to achieve as much as you do, and they're not like working against you, and they're working with you. And I wish I wouldn't have been as scared as the workload, because yes, it's a shock at the beginning, but you really do get used to it, and it's really enjoyable now, and I love it.
No matter, even if the workload seems daunting, you get through it and it gets easier and better. And physics, maths for it, you might go, ooh, it's scary, but it's really not. You get through it really easily.
Don't focus on memorizing everything you learn. The big thing to focus on is how am I going to apply this to something. But eventually, at the end of the day, when you get assessed on your knowledge and the stuff you've learned, you're going to be asked to apply the concepts and the ideas and the formulas that you've learned. So I guess that's the biggest thing.
A lot of people say for your exams, you should just memorize everything. But I think if you're doing a science subject, the easiest way to prepare for an exam is to actually understand what you're being taught, because then you don't have to memorize it. You don't have to remember it, you'll just know it.
It's not scary.
Think outside the box.
Just enjoy the journey.
Prepare to forget what you already know, because it's just going to blow your mind if you're trying to build on what you've already learned. You just got to forget it all and start again. It's a whole new experience, and it kind of blows your mind if you really get into it and think too hard.